Another lost season, ending with a fizzle after starting off with a bang. Let's get to it.
Okay, what is it tonight? At least just tell me what the hell is wrong. Do you want to eat? Do you want to sleep? Do you want...
Okay, so any hopes of ending the season with a 500 or better record is now down the drain as Rutgers gets a beatdown in West Lafayette, Indiana against number 18 Purdue, 100-71. There's no sugarcoating it. No silver linings. We stunk. We got destroyed by 21-9 Purdue. We fall to 14-16 and a guaranteed losing regular season, second season in a row. Who had that on their bingo card at the beginning of this season when there was a lot of excitement for the potential of this team? And halfway through football season, when we were 4-4, people couldn't wait for basketball season to come around. I kind of warned people not to get too excited. Remains to be seen if we're going to be able, Coach Michael would be able to pull this together. And lo and behold, we have not. We have no answers for Purdue. We couldn't stop them from three. They were 18 for 36, and they kind of cooled off at the end of the game. It would have been worse. Their junior guards, Braden Smith, Fletcher, Lawyer, both hit 7 3-pointers each. 7. Trey Kaufman, Wren hit 16 points on 8 of 10 shooting. Purdue is now 21-9 and 13-6 in the Big Ten. I want to believe they're second or third. They won their second game in a row after losing 4 in a row. So if you thought there was going to be some potential to catch them off guard, not the case. We always struggle at Purdue. You know, we started off, had an early lead. It was maybe like 14-11 on an odd-volley bucket. For a guy that was supposed to, I don't know what's up with Rutgers, but for a guy that was supposed to be out for the season, and he's now made his third appearance in a row. I think tonight he had 8 minutes. But nonetheless, we had an early lead. Then it was a 19-19 tie. We go on a run. Lathan Kaufman-Wren was called on a flagrant foul. Lathan Somerville hits his free throws. Gee, what else is new? And Dylan Harper hits a 3. And all of a sudden, we're up 27-19. And then we fall behind again. We managed to tie the game at 32, but that would kind of be as close as we'd get as Purdue goes on a run. They close out the half 50-41. You know, Dylan Harper hit a late 3, or would have even been worse. Purdue outshoots us 69% to 47% in the first half. And, you know, this has been one of our bugaboos all season long. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Our terrible defense, our inability to defend the perimeter. We offered no resistance, no defense on the perimeter. Guys are open, sort of like that winning 3 against Michigan. Wide open right behind it. Busted play in the secondary. Wide open just beyond the arc. We trailed by 30-some-odd points in the second half. Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, not great games. They finished with 12 and 13 points respectively. We were outscored 50-30 in the second half. Both teams cleared their bench. We had 12 players score. Part of that was clearing the bench. Part of that was, Coach Peichel again trying to find some sort of matchup, some sort of secret sauce. And it just reeked of desperation that we saw, 8, 10, 12 games ago when Coach was struggling to find the right matchups. Was not to be. We were outplayed in every facet of this game. Field goal percentage, 56 to 43%. Threes, we were 8 for 25, 32%, which is about what we do year in and year out. Purdue, 18 to 36, 50%. Free throws weren't much of an impact for the second game in a row. 13 to 21, 61%, not good. Purdue was only 8 for 9. We got pounded on the boards, 40 to 26. Out assisted, 19 to 10. Purdue had 6 steals to our 3. Points off turnovers. Purdue had 20. We had 7. And there was no facet of the game where we did well and gave us an opportunity to have some success. So Dylan and Ace led with 13 and 12 points. Dylan was 5 for 9, 3 or 5 from 3. A little bit of a comeback. His last game, I think he might have been 1 for 5 or 1 for 6. A little bit of but only 1 rebound, 2 assists. Ace, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and his usual 0 assists after having 3 assists 2 games in a row. He now gets back to the norm. 5 of 13 shooting, only 1 of 6 from 3. Zach Martini had 9 points, 5 rebounds and assists, 2 for 4 from 3. Lathan, 9 points, 3 for 3 from the foul line, and I believe that's like 24 free throws in a row. He was 6 for 6 last game. He had an 8 for 8 game and a 7 for 7 game. I'll check my math on that. Nonetheless, the big man keeps sinking his free throws and is about 86% for the season. Dylan Grant had 5 points. Tyson Acuff had 5 points. Bowie, 4 points and 8 minutes, 1 rebound. Jay Will had 4 points. PJ Hayes had 3 points, as did Dirk Hack, who was removed for witness protection. He played a whopping 5 minutes tonight. So everybody got in the act. That's what happens when you're getting blown out by 30 points. And your coaches just doesn't have the answers anymore, and he's just trying to develop some kind of rhythm. Not much to say. A profoundly disappointing season and a blowout loss. And when we talk about coaches, trying to mix and match and just being lost out there, trying to find something that'll work is just kind of a metaphor for the season. That's our entire season in a nutshell. Trying to find ourselves and just never getting there. We got Minnesota at home on Sunday, and I believe it's a win and we're in scenario for the Big Ten tournament. This is no big deal. This ship isn't sailing anywhere. We are. There's nothing that could really save this season, and I'm not even going to talk about if we make a run in the tournament. It's just not going to happen. We're not a good team. We don't play well together. We don't play well as a team. We don't share the ball enough. We don't rebound well enough. We don't make the extra pass, find the open guy enough. We stink in the paint. We get killed in the paint every game. There's just not enough things that we do well other than getting hot for a night and just outscoring somebody, say 91-87, 91-89. That might be the only way that we can win some games that way, but profoundly disappointing season. an embarrassing loss on the road. We've talked about Steve Pikiell's future. Some of the guys that cover Rutgers basketball for a living seem to think that coach's job is safe. We don't have an AD. We're probably going to not have one for a while. So that will impact any coaching decisions that are coming down the pike in the future, no pun intended. But his seat should be hot. Say we lose to Minnesota, we're 14-17, and we're one and done in the tournament. Or maybe we don't make the tournament. I mean, how can he not be on the hot seat with two potential lottery picks? Like Coach Pikiell a lot. We've said this. Good guy, good for the program, smart guy, does things the right way. It's just not coming together. So, and I don't know how much time you give him to figure things out. We were hoping to take the next step offensively to balance out what we do well defensively historically. We were ready to take the next step. We get some 40% three-point shooters out of the portal in PJ Hayes and Zach Martini. We get the Metro Conference Player of the Year. We get the 6th or 8th leading scorer. We put it together with a couple of lottery pick recruits. We're missing a center, and yes, that hurt us, but I don't know how much having a better rim defender would have helped us when you're 14-16. I mean, what would we be? Maybe 16-14? It just sometimes it just doesn't work. Like you talked about the 2022 Nets with KD and Kyrie Irving. By the way, I guess he's out again for the year. Well, he has kind of an erratic NBA career. Nonetheless, sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I don't know how much time we have to give him to figure it out. There's the SEC and the Big Ten before the new TV deals are cut. Are looking at which teams to remove from the conference because they're not doing well enough to maintain their position, and the winning programs are tired of sharing the same amount of revenue, even though they're at the top of the conference and some of the teams at the bottom of the conference are not doing well. And the teams that they talk about, at least football-wise, are Northwestern, Purdue, and Rutgers. So writers are writing stories about who might be the teams that are the odd men out. Not sure where we're going with football or basketball, especially in the Big Ten. Sometimes I just think, although in basketball we'd have a problem in the Big East and the Johnny said, this is what pisses me off. St. John's, what are they, number 6, number 7? Okay, yes, they got Rick Pitino. But how fast was he able to turn that around? It just ticks me off. We're in what, year 7 with Coach Pikiell? Let's get somewhere, man. Let's win, not a play-in game. Let's win some games in the tournament. This has got to end. His Coach Pikiell's seat should be really hot. This is a vastly disappointing year and not a lot of positives to get out of it. In a year when you had sold out your season tickets, you think that's going to happen next year? Hell no. And we have to be careful about the lack of progress that we make because our position in the Big Ten Conference is by no means solidified. Nonetheless, that's my rant for the night. We have Minnesota coming up Sunday in Piscataway. We'll see what happens there. 2 kind of evenly matched teams. Who's going to want it more? I don't know. I don't even know if this means it. If Minnesota wins, are they in? I don't know. But nonetheless, everybody enjoy the rest of your week. And I don't know how much we can enjoy these days. Maybe we can look forward to wrestling at Northwestern. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you the next time. I need something to drink. Russell's, this is good. Russell's Private Barrel Select. It's 110 proof, cast strength. Gonna need some of this. We'll see you next time.